Good morning, Tammy. Well, the security barricades are up, streets and sidewalks are closed, but this will be a very different inauguration day. That, of course, is because over the weekend on Friday, President-elect Trump announced the swearing-in ceremony will now be taking place inside. Todd and Jackie, we just arrived back here on the scene. We want to take a look down now and show you what we're looking at. These are the southbound lanes of Route 13, and this is a very different scene than when we first arrived here a little after 3. Well, Steve, if I were to drive by this speed camera at 15 miles an hour over the limit, I would receive a $40 ticket. If I was going 60 miles an hour over the limit, I would still receive just that $40 fine. Supporters of this proposed legislation say it would crack down on dangerous driving. I'm Hunter Landon. Thanks for joining us tonight for the news at 7. We continue to follow the breaking news out of Worcester County tonight. Lawyers for Tyler Mayu, the man facing charges related to the death of Gavin Knupp, have come to a last-minute plea deal. Another update on our breaking news tonight out of Georgetown in Sussex County. A shelter in place remains in effect in the Savannah Road area. According to the fire department, police say there was a hazardous materials incident at the Purdue plant. Good evening. I'm Hunter Landon. Thanks for joining us here for the news at 7. It is decision day on Delmarva with a number of key races from the presidency to a number of state and local matchups. And moments ago, polls closed in the Commonwealth of Virginia with still an hour left of voting in Delaware and Maryland. Well, we all know it has been extremely hot here recently on Delmarva, but Dan, just how warm are the ocean waters? Jackie, top of that list is addressing the state's ballooning $3 billion budget deficit, which is only expected to grow in the years ahead. Governor Wes Moore and other Democratic leaders here in Annapolis have said everything is on the table. That sounds like the possibility of a tax increase, but Eastern Shore lawmakers we've spoken with say they have no appetite for increasing taxes. David, the jury has been deliberating for going on 6 hours now, and I just got word moments ago from one of the attorneys that the judge has ordered dinner for the jury, so we're likely in it for the long haul. Steve, this sign over my shoulder says do not contribute to solicitors, but that's not stopping people from standing in this median and asking for money, but some lawmakers are hoping this new bill would change that. Steve, this happened on July 29th at the deputy's home in Sharptown. This was a day where heat index values were well into the 100s. Sheriff Lewis calls this inexcusable and says the deputy will be held accountable. This is K9 Roxy, a 7-year-old Malinois and a longtime member of law enforcement. Sheriff Mike Lewis says Roxy spent the last moments of her life in the back of a patrol car like this one, behind metal bars, baking in the scorching summer sun.
I know the deputy and our canine family are very distraught over the loss of this beautiful animal. She was very much a part of our everyday lives here at the Wycombe County Sheriff's Office. The deputy did not intentionally do this, but there was definitely negligence involved on his part, no question about it, and it's going to be dealt with.
Sheriff Lewis says the deputy who handles Roxy left her in a backyard kennel during a child's birthday party, but moved Roxy to the car believing she would get too excited by the party.
He checked on the dog periodically. The dog appeared to be okay. He went to check on the dog again, and the dog was deceased, and what was blowing out cold air was now blowing out warm air inside of the vehicle.
The sheriff says AC issues in patrol cars has been an ongoing issue. The deputy's car was equipped with this, a hot and pop, which is designed to roll the windows down and sound the siren if temperatures inside become too hot.
That was not activated, it was not plugged in, and it's not that it wasn't working properly, wasn't plugged in. Those are all factors that have to be considered, especially when you're a canine handler and you're putting your partner in a hot car.
Good evening, I'm Hunter Landon. Your 11 minutes of nonstop news and weather starts now. Topping your 11 at 11 tonight, DelDOT hosted a meeting regarding the Millsboro bypass. It's a massive infrastructure project aimed at relieving traffic in the downtown. WBOC's Jack Ford was at the meeting and joins us now in the Newsplex. Jack, this is a project decades in the making. Jack Ford, thank you. Worcester County leaders are standing firm against plans for an offshore wind facility in West Ocean City. U.S. Wind is looking to buy the two properties at the end of the West OC Harbor. That location is where commercial fishermen offload their catch. It's the main reason county leaders plan on testifying against this plan in Annapolis, Worcester County leaders say if commercial fishing is uprooted from the harbor, the county could lose out on federally funded projects.
There's a chance we would lose our commercial designation over there. At that time, we would lose any funding for dredging of the inlet moving forward, which could impact our charter fleet. So there's a lot of implications of this that I don't think there's a lot of people looking at.
The state will decide whether this West Ocean City project moves forward at a hearing later this year. A crime tip put police on the trail of an accused child molester in Worcester County. 33-year-old Antonio Garcia is facing sex offense and assault charges tonight. Ocean City police say the 6-year-old victim's mother reported the assault in a hotel bathroom last month. Detectives say a reliable source tipped them off to Garcia. They tracked that man down to Western Virginia. He's now awaiting extradition back to Worcester County. A former nurse practitioner in Accomack County has entered a not guilty plea on 2 charges of child porn distribution. Lucas Fussell was arraigned yesterday. The former Only Community Health Center employee is accused of trafficking images of child porn. He's being held without bond at the Central Detention Facility in Washington, D.C. His next courtroom appearance is set for September the 6th. It was a wet day across much of Delmarva, at least in the afternoon, as we go live into Rehoboth Beach tonight from the Boardwalk Plaza hotel camera. Chief Meteorologist Dan Satterfield says more rain is on the way. He has a first check on our forecast at 11.
Yeah, a couple of rainy days on the way.
Making headlines tonight, Vice President Kamala Harris and her new running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, continuing to hit the campaign trail. They held rallies in 2 battleground states today, while former President Donald Trump's running mate did the same. Skylar Henry reports from Washington. That wraps up your 11 at 11. More news, sports, and weather still ahead. There was not much sun to be seen on Delmarva today. This is a live look into Cambridge tonight from the Hebron Savings Bank camera. Chief Meteorologist Dan Satterfield is forecasting wet and breezy weather into Friday, but he does say the weekend will clear up. Your forecast coming up next.